Hi YouTube, welcome back to another video where I sit and talk. And as usual, as you can see from the title, that today we're talking about having no access to you, not allowing people to have easy contact. And I'm going to tell you the benefit of it. And I also will tell you why I'm talking about this. So some of the things that we be going through as adults is basically allowing people to have easy access to us. And most of the time, it's like we allow them to easily get back to our lives, even though we know that they are not good. They're not good to stay. And we cut them, or we actually wanted them, or we wanted ourselves to stay away from them for a certain reason. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is pretty much related to how we as human beings, we need to go through phases with the right people. And if we pick the wrong person to go on a journey that they are not ready for, we're going to suffer from the journey, and we're going to suffer from the person that we're carrying with us. So today I'm going to talk about like having no contact, having no access to you, and the benefit of it. So first of all, I started adopting this mindset of like having no access, no contact is because I wanted my words, or I wanted my action, or I wanted my presence to have value to other people. So I started limiting my, presence, because places where I feel like I am not gonna gain value nor deliver value, I don't go. As easy as that, as simple as that. On places where I feel my words are not going to add value to me or to the other people, I just simply don't talk. And that, transition toward my life to even the contacts that I have. So if I have people in my life that I know that are not going to fit into this version of me, I'm sorry, they have to go. And as hard as it is from an emotional perspective, but from, a soul spiritual perspective, I feel so good, because simply I am just, taking the right people with me on this journey. I'm not going to pick someone that still deal with this problem or that problem through a journey where it's all resolved in my life. I am going to do something else. So that's one thing. The other thing was actually the ability to maintain not having access to me, because I really enjoyed having my peace, that it's hard for me to allow someone else to mess it. It's really, really hard for me to allow people to easily affect that sort of peace that I, worked harder to build. And the no contact or no access to me allowed me to actually remove myself from a lot of situations, or a lot of people, or a lot of groups where I don't fit and I don't want to fit. And I don't want to be with those people simply because we are not talking the same talk. We don't walk the same walk, if you get what I mean. So the reason why I keep maintaining like this type of videos and telling you exactly what I went through is because it was hard. And it was harsh to me, and it was crazy for me to sort of like just reach a point where I have no one except, what I believe in, and I only care about my peace and my space. And if you are a person that is not really adding anything to it, I want you to be gone. I really want you to be gone. And that doesn't mean I would wish you bad things. I just wish you good things away from me. Or I just don't wish you anything, nor good nor bad. Like, just stay away from me. That's all I care about, as long as I am breathing here. And, I started maintaining the no contact theory. And I started to not contact people if they don't reach out. And I started learning who is part of my circle. So that's helped me a lot to eliminate like a lot of people that I thought part of my circle. And I started not going to places and have no contact. And I start having people understanding exactly my value, and understanding exactly why my presence would add something to them and would add something to me. So I start only going to places, or let's say things that I can only be fully present, and I'm happy to be around that. I don't do places that I don't enjoy. I don't do things that I don't feel like they look like me. You know what I mean? And along the way, it's like I had to take this seriously more and more and more. And I start just going no contact, and I start to not have guilt with it. I started to actually appreciate it more, because to me, the time that I spend with myself is so rewarding, to a point where I can't trade it with anything in this world. Like, I would just want to spend time with myself more. Like, I just need more time with me, if you know what I mean. And it was lovely to have that shift from someone that actually wants to do things with other people and enjoy people and enjoy going out and enjoying, to someone that is completely the opposite and completely okay with that. And at first it was difficult, of course, the transition, but then like I reached a point where I actually was like, you know what, I am doing this, and I am happy to have it. And then, one of the things along the way that I started noticing on, having no contacts is like the quality of people that I start having. The quality of people that I start having was next level, because once you sit with yourself and you know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you're doing it, spend time becoming expert on what you're doing. Spend time to know or to improve how you're doing it. And all of these won't work without you knowing why you're doing it, to get better version of yourself. And so once you start having people that actually think, act, behave, talk the same way you do, it's just heaven. It's just next level. This is something that I cannot describe with feelings. It's the feeling of like knowing or feeling that you're successful along the way. And I don't want to mix the topics today, but it's like success is a feeling. Achievement is an achievement that you need to accomplish. It's like a goal you hit. But success is a feeling. So I don't want to feel miserable along the way. I want to feel happy, and I want to feel successful along the way, so I can attract more achievement and achieve more goals. And the no contact idea, or like no access, helped me a lot to sort of like just differentiate between people that actually dream and talk, and people that actually do and talk as well, and have their mindset and feel successful and that's how I want you to behave. That's how I want you to think of yourself, like you are a prize, but to yourself. You don't have to project that on people, or wanting people to say like, oh, you are, you're successful, or wanting people to prize you. No, but it's like, I want you to feel it by yourself and acknowledge it and work with it. And I want you to isolate yourself, not in a negative way, but in a positive way. Isolate yourself and work on yourself. And once you isolate yourself, the people that actually understand or care about you would, of course, reach out and stuff, but they would understand that you need your space to be who you are. And the people that actually work with you, they would just respect your presence, more and more and more, because you have built this idea inside yourself and inside this universe that you will only be present if you're gaining value or delivering value. That's all. You're not gonna just, right? And the same thing, I do get it, like people would want to hang out, would want to do still thing. You still can do that. I don't mean by saying isolate yourself by like just stay out of this life or out of this world and not live your daily routine. No, what I'm trying to say is like build a routine where you can enjoy it by yourself. If people are present in it, that would just, add +1 into it. But if people are not present, you're still gonna maintain your 100%. You're still gonna, have the best time. You're still gonna enjoy it. You're still gonna show up for yourself. And that's the reason why I be sharing all of these videos, because it's like right now I feel successful, and I feel that I reach a point in my life where I can, be or enjoy myself. And for that, I feel successful. I feel like I can, do things on my own. I can go to any place on my own, and I can carry myself on my own during my dark moments. Like during the bad times, I be happy to just, spend time on my space and come back better. And at the same time, I know my people. So if people are like having, like, let's say, emotional attachment, like avoidant, anxious, I can define them the moment that I meet them, and I can realize, like, do I really want to have these people in my life once I worked harder to become secure emotionally? So you do know the answer. I am not gonna give you more, but all of these, I wouldn't be able to accomplish all of these if the universe, didn't put me through a lot of, moments, or let's say a lot of experiences where I had to be alone and I had to pick myself up each and every time. Each and every time. No matter how many people you have in this world, no matter how many, people you're going to reach out to sort of like, let go of their emotion. And okay, I have these emotions. I don't know where to take them. I don't know what to do with them. Sit. Acknowledge them. And know how to deal with it. You want to cry. You want to scream. You want to write about it. You want to go for a run. Find what makes you happy. Find what makes you calm. Find what makes you you. And if you are avoiding this is coming from experience. I swear, if you're avoiding this, you're telling the word that I want to have this experience over and over and over and over and over. And it would you will face it. You will face it so many times till you start learning the lesson. And this is how you're going to learn the lesson. Every time I do this, I don't know why I have this. And then it's like you're questioning why this is happening over and over. So it's repeating itself again and again and again on different forms, on different shapes, on different occasions. And no one has the right to actually, disregard your emotions or disregard how you feel. The opposite. You will need secure people that would just actually be there for you and know how to hold space, or how to hold you accountable for the things that you're sharing with them. And along the way, like the no access, no contact, idea helped me to actually be able to find my people, that would just sit there, listen to me, and be like, what? I think, what do you feel about this? Do you want to talk about this? Do you want to have me listen to this? So it's like, versus the people that I used to have, where I would just have like a lot of emotions and I would just ditch them and I'd be like, okay, it's gone. And that was wrong. That was like, looking back, that was wrong. I am not gonna approve this to anyone in this world. Like, just sit with it. No matter how hard it is, sit. Acknowledge it and know what you feel. Because most of the time we don't know what we feel. We don't know what kind of feeling is this. Is this anger? Is this fear? Is this happiness? Is this panic? We just know like there's too much here on our chest area. And we're just trying to think faster and trying to just talk faster. And this is not the case. This is not the solution. Trust me on this. So, and then once I, had that, I started knowing more about myself. I started developing within my circle. So even if I'm sharing, like, let's say ideas, or I'm sharing like some thoughts, and then one person in my circle will be like, oh, I think this is this. I think you can just read more about it and you will definitely find a way to outgrow of this idea. Or you would know how to deal with it in a better way. Or this book offers like a lot of tools, or I don't know. And then the ability of me to define what I'm feeling, to define what is going on, to define that was like the key to everything else in my life. because I was able to define how I feel for the first time. And I've done it so many times that now it's easy for me to know and differentiate between a crazy thought and a crazy feeling. And then be able to share that with people and, you know, feel like that kind of feeling where you know you're being understood, you're being heard, all of these beautiful things. So if there is anything that I would want you to start with or to add to your list of like working on yourself, it would be like just go no contact, go no access, go. Like just try it, and then you would see like a lot of rewards simply because people value, I'm not gonna say the rare things, but people would value your presence even more once you start decreasing it. So your presence would mean something to them. Your presence would mean like, oh, this person really value me to let go of their alone time, which they value so much, to come and give value here. Or they would value also the way that you speak. This person won't say something like this. This person actually would share things once they have an idea on it or they have background on it. So this is the person that I want you to become, because this is the person that I become. And I am happy about it. And as you can tell, like I feel successful just by, you know, living this type of mindset. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share on today's video, and thank you guys for watching. See you guys on the next one. Bye bye.